Our kids. My, Gracie, where did we go wrong? One marries God, another a Jew, and the last one the devil. Hi, I'm Barbara Francis, and I want to read a passage from my latest novel, Like I Used to Dance. It's set in 1951 in a small rural Texas farming community, much like the one where I grew up. However, it's not an autobiography. It merely draws from those times and that world. It had been a stormy afternoon inside and outside their house. He had found and torn up the last picture of Cecilia that she had hidden. He took the pieces out to the burning can and then came back to work on a casket down in the basement. After he opened the door, he stood on the small landing to turn on the light. As he was about to take his first step down, she suddenly appeared in the doorway and called his name. He turned to face her. "This is for Rachel," she yelled, jabbing the end of a dust mop squarely in the middle of his chest and shoving with all her strength. She stepped forward and watched him fall backwards down the steep steps, head bumping the stair threads and legs and arms reaching out as if to grab hold of something. He landed with a loud thump as his legs flew over his head in a somersault. She watched him lie perfectly still, but then she heard a moan. She turned off the light and walked back into the hallway, shutting the door and locking it. She pushed a heavy chair from the living room and secured it under the door's handle. Back in the kitchen, she made a fresh pot of coffee. With a cup in hand, she sat down in the living room and gazed out the bay window, relishing every pain-filled curse, every scream for help, and every threatening cry. She sat there for the better part of 3 days, not 3 hours as with Jesus on the cross, but 3 days. Finally, all sounds had stopped. She grasped the railing and descended the stairs, praying he'd be dead and not in a coma or hiding in a corner to do unto her. She found him under the casket, all crumpled and stiff, with the lining he'd been sewing wrapped around him. She began to laugh. "I forgot. It does get awfully cold down here. My only regret is that I didn't have the courage to do this a long time ago."